All right, today we're diving into the psychology of a really powerful and, often kind of invisible force. It's called the near miss effect.
Oh, we've all been there, right? That feeling, you're so incredibly close you can almost taste it. You didn't actually win, but for just a split second, it feels like you did. Your heart kind of jumps. Well, that exact feeling is what we're going to break down today.
And here's the thing you need to know right from the jump. That little jolt, that almost win feeling, it is absolutely not an accident. Nope, it's a carefully engineered piece of psychological design. This feeling actually has a name. It's the near miss effect. It's that moment where your brain doesn't register a close call as a loss, but as something almost as good as a real win. And that, right there, is what powerfully motivates you to try again immediately. So, how does this actually work? Let's get into the science of it, because this is where it gets really, really fascinating. We are talking about some seriously clever dopamine trickery. Okay, check this out. Researchers found that a near miss lights up the exact same reward pathways in your brain as an actual win. It's wild. Your brain is essentially tricked into releasing that feel-good chemical, dopamine, even though you technically lost. It's like a biological illusion. And this leads to a pretty strange paradox. It turns out that this almost feeling can actually be a stronger motivator to keep you playing than getting a small, legitimate win. Let's dig into how that works.
Think about it. A small win gives you closure. Boom, you got the reward, the little story is finished, and it's pretty easy to walk away. A near miss, though, it does the exact opposite. It creates this nagging tension, a mix of anticipation and frustration. It leaves the story unfinished, and your brain absolutely craves resolution. It compels you to spin just one more time to close that loop.
So this is the question, right? This is what our brain just instinctively asks. After a near miss, it feels like we have to be on the verge of a breakthrough. We're so close, the next one has to be it. But here's the simple, hard truth of it all. The game doesn't have a memory. The odds reset to the exact same number every single time you hit spin. You see, our brains are just not wired for true randomness. We're pattern-seeking machines. So a near miss feels like a sign. It feels like encouragement. Your brain literally does the math wrong and whispers, hey, your chances are better now. But the machine, the game, it doesn't know you were close. To it, the odds haven't shifted one bit. And don't make the mistake of thinking this is only about slot machines. Oh no, this powerful psychological effect is used everywhere. You see it all the time in sports betting, that agonizing feeling when a parlay misses on the very last leg. You see it in video games when you almost beat the boss. Every single one of these moments is designed very intentionally to exploit that near-miss effect and keep you locked in, keep you chasing that resolution. And this is the real power of it. That feeling of almost having it, that sting, it can be a much, much stronger driver of behavior than a simple, straightforward loss. I mean, a blowout loss is easy to walk away from. A near win? That feels like a score you need to settle. So this brings us to the ultimate question here. How should we look at the near miss effect? Is it just a harmless feature, or is it something a little more calculated? It really comes down to your perspective. For the game designers, for the providers, it's an incredibly effective tool to keep players engaged and increase playtime. But for you, the player, it can be a psychological trap that encourages you to chase losses. And honestly, neither perspective is wrong. They just have very different goals. And this, right here, is the most important takeaway. The key isn't to judge it, it's just to be aware of it. Once you can recognize the near-miss effect while it's happening, once you feel that jolt and can say to yourself, ah, there it is, you're not a passive participant anymore. You actually understand the design. So just remember this. That almost feeling, it isn't some magical signpost pointing toward a win in your future. It's a sign that the game's psychology is working on you perfectly, exactly as it was designed to. And so I'll just leave you with this question. The next time you experience that near miss, what are you going to think? Will you see it as some cosmic hint to keep going? Or will you recognize it for what it is, a very, very effective piece of design doing its job? The choice is yours.